Wow, I have been weirdly confident in my actions. I've only used one save state so far. I've only used one save slot. I've not backed up anything on the off chance that, hey, maybe I shouldn't have taken all that damage and wasted a bandage against that worm on the very first combat of the game. No, I actually appreciate this new confident me. I'm taking strides. I'm overcoming my demons, you know. I don't really know what I'm doing today, to be honest with you. I think I've done the day's chores, so I'm just sort of continuing to collect, I think. That's not the right button. I wanted to press M. Apparently, I have markers in several places, but I've been to all of these and done all of these. I guess these are just helpful indicators as to where people of interest are. They'll probably go away tomorrow, I'm sure. I don't think that's normally how this game works, though, but maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But no, this time I'm right. I know when I'm right. In the immortal words of that one Nirvana song. Sort of. Kinda. Welcome back to Pathologic. I don't think I've said that yet. But here I am, playing the video game. Drinking excessive amounts of water from the fountain. You never know, it pays to stay hydrated, you know? And yeah, okay, so apparently the water around here is a bit plagued with years of blood and infection and stank from plants. But, you know, maybe that's just good for you. It's like building up a strong immune system. If you do stupid shit, sometimes the stupid shit pays off. That's how the saying goes, for sure. Yeah. I want to trade with you, but I don't think I've got any actual water at the moment. Oh, actually I do. Yeah, I'll take that. It's not a bandage, but it's the next best thing. Thanks, pal. I need to get these hundreds of water flasks I just collected from around the theatre filled up, though, so I need to be on the lookout for a useful thing. A water pump thing is what I was going to say, but my brain turned off, so I just said a useful thing. That happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll be mid-sentence and my brain will just be like, you know what? I'm going to think about something else entirely and not let Joe in on any of it. I've got my own business to attend to. Joe's on his own with this one. There's a pump. Very useful. Very, very useful. Very cool. Very epic. Oh, and a big watery thing as well. I believe this serves the same purpose. Yeah, cool. Dope and cool. As I say, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I think I've been to all of the meat shops here and here. I can't remember if... I don't think there is actually a food shop at all on this side. So I think I've done the full tour of the food shops. So even though I have 3,000 money to spend after doing my very cool job for the very cool man, I don't really think I've got any place I can spend it right now. I could buy some medicine, I suppose, but I think I'm alright for that. I'd rather just stock up on food. Bullets might potentially be useful, but I feel like what was that? I don't think I've ever seen her do that before. That was cool. It's a fun little animation, wasn't it? You terrifying creature. Horrible E.T. looking motherfucker. Yeah, that's not a schmauder, so I'm not interested, love, sorry. Gong. How about you? I don't know why I had to do an extra click for this one. That confused me for a second there. Wasn't prepared for suddenly having to press another button. Hello. I forget what you trade for. Anything useful? Oh yeah, your bullets. You. You're just a font of knowledge. I don't need knowledge. I am as fully clued up as I think I'll ever be when it comes to this game, to be honest with you. How about you? What's your deal? Yeah, also just a fun facts man. How about you? How about you, little child? Almost as scary as the little girl, but not quite. Also bullets. Why are all the kids carrying ammunition with them? Well, that's a mystery to be solved another day. That's something we just have to sort of accept as normal around these parts. I do not remember ever clocking a manhole anywhere in this game before. That caught me off guard. I thought maybe it was an entrance to the tunnels beneath the city for a second there, but it's clearly not. It's just a manhole. A manhole cover, in fact. There may not even be a hole underneath it. It could merely just be a cover that was discarded in the middle of the street. Who can say for sure? I was wanting to go through this little gap because it exists. I know it doesn't go anywhere, but it's just always so compelling. It's like the hole was made for me, you know? Right. So, I guess we could return to Ava. She seemed to have an issue. She seemed to have a whole thing going on about the tutorial people in her yard, so maybe we can actually do something about that. Yeah. Deal. Fucking deal, man. It's just water, innit? Just water. It's not like it's a rare resource in these parts. It is canonically, but not actually. They do have good stuff, those little girls, but I want to keep hold of anything I can trade with them, so I can eventually get a Schmauder. For the uninitiated, by the way, I've mentioned Schmauders a few times at this point, but they are a magical item that you can give to an NPC to stop them dying of the plague, which might come in handy, I think, if I don't want the NPCs to die of the plague. Why won't you talk to me? What's your deal? What's your deal, love? Fine figure of a woman, I dare say. I like how far apart your eyes are. Very appealing. Very appealing. Have you heard I'm with Ava? Is that why you won't look at me twice? Or is it just because I have been here less than a day and already murdered a guy? Yeah, probably the latter, huh? You're good for a trade. I don't think I've got anything worth trading. Oh, he wants a pocket watch. I don't think I need those those tablets is what I wanted to say just yet, though. Your bullets. It's weird, because you expect dudes, males, the male of the species, to be, you know, tied more closely with aggression and combat and stuff, you know, just intrinsically, because that's sort of the male stereotype, right? So you'd expect them to be the ones carrying the bullets and the girls to have, like, medicine and stuff, because that's just how these things work. Turns out not to be the case, though. What you got, pal? What you got? Anything? I mean, Meridorm is so cheap right now. I know I've got a lot of it, but I'm going to need a lot of it, so I might as well just stock up. Like, there's no harm in having more Meridorm in my pockets, right? No harm at all, especially when it's only costing me 165 a pop. Like, that shit gets to be like 20 times that price pretty rapidly in this game, so I'm gonna take full advantage of it while it's cheap. Magical healing tincture. As I say, there is still a circle on the map pointing to Ava, so I don't know if there's something I can do in here that I've just not clocked yet.
What is there to talk about now?
The ominous singing outside the windows is gnawing at me. Who could be singing at a time like this? I can't hear anything. What? She keeps going on about singing outside. I don't remember her being this crazy before. I really don't remember her having issues like this in the past. I know everyone's just a bit nuts generally in this game, but I don't remember Ava specifically. She always seemed like one of the more normal characters, you know? I also just realised she has a back door, but it doesn't actually seem to be real, which is a shame. There's nothing outside your windows, there's no one singing. I think you're fine. I think you're over-dramatising things. Making a mountain out of a slightly less large mountain. Oh, Posh Boys! There's a character model I've not interacted with yet. You're Mr. Posh. You're a fancy lad. with your dangling tails. What may you have? Good morals and luck are a great help in managing a small community without resorting to violence. Personal standing can work wonders. Sorry, I can't help but feasting my eyes on your outfit. Who was the mad tailor? Ah. Okay. I thought maybe there'd be more to that, and that wasn't just dismissal. I'm assuming we can't go in the cathedral. Oh, we can go in the cathedral. There's nothing here. But, I'm surprised I was allowed in at all. I really thought it would be locked. Cool. Exciting, I suppose. What do you mean? I like our town. We're all one big family, but sometimes I get the feeling we're all controlled by an unseen power. Our actions, but fiction. Well, it's quite possible. Quite possible. Like this thing right here. I might take this opportunity just while there's a bit of a lull in proceedings to just go investigate the polyhedron. To try and understand what the fuck the deal with the That's going to be my main focus. Because the polyhedron was clearly a key plot element in Mr. Artemy Barak's campaign that I just did not understand. It was only towards the end of the campaign at all that I sort of even really started to acknowledge that it was a thing I should be paying attention to. But yeah, it seems to be a primary theme of the game, and I just never really clicked with it. It was just this weird floaty sculpture on the outskirts of town that meant something, at least symbolically, if not spiritually, and I'm not quite sure what. I'm not quite sure what that something is. I know someone lives in here. Someone who I'm hoping we'll get to meet at some point. But we can't actually get in there yet, it seems. So back down we go. That was a fun detour, wasn't it? We got to see the sights. We got to enjoy the heady, high altitude air of these parts. I like how there's like a top-down like drawing. Oh, and a side-on drawing of the polyhedron itself carved into the floor of the polyhedron. Just in case you forgot on what you're looking at, here's a drawing of it. To be fair, that's actually a really cool idea. The idea of having like a top-down map of the area carved into just the floor of the area. Like if I was walking around a city that I'm not familiar with, I'm like, where the fuck am I? And I look down and there's just a big "You Are Here" sign and a road map of the surrounding area. That would be hella helpful. You know? It would be hella helpful. I mean, it's not really any different to just owning a map. To pulling out my phone and looking at Google Maps. But, you know, it would still be cool. It would be a novel concept. The wacky music stopped because I escaped the polyhedron. Ah, my exhaustion's creeping up. I should probably do something about that, shouldn't I? How are my stats doing? Health's good. Immunity is quite low, actually. We're looking to get my immunity boosted and then go for a nap. I think that's going to be my plan. I know I can get alpha tablets from open jacket blonde boys. Bare-chested blonde boys. Or I could just buy some, I suppose. That's probably better, because they're not going to cost anything. They're not expensive at the best of times. So they're probably about 20 each or something at the moment. Alpha tablets? 33, yeah. Fuck it, you know what? I'll take your whole supply. Cost me 300 and it's going to keep me in tablets for a while. So, seems like a good idea. Right, let's boost that immunity up. Beautiful. Knocked my health down a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. My health has nothing to fear. Except fear itself. Do we want to go for a nap yet? I might just do a little bit more. I feel like there might be one more food shop I've not been in. I've been in that one. I've been in that one. I feel like there's a third one. I don't know if it's like that or that. I just really want to make sure I get my money's worth with food while we're still in day one when everything is literally dirt cheap. I'll be kicking myself if I'm running out of food like, what, 10, 15 episodes from now, and I'm going into shops and it's like 2,000 for a piece of meat, and I'm like, this was 160 and I didn't buy it. You know what I mean? I've come at this from the worst angle in the world. The official worst angle in the world. There is no overcoming this wall. This knee-high wall is, alas, too much for me. And you're just going to stand over there and mock me, aren't you? First you wouldn't talk to me, now you're just going to look at me, fail to get over this tiny, tiny wall. Wow, I hope you're happy. I hope you're proud of yourself, and I hope your parents are proud of you for raising a child who is so stubbornly, obstinately rude at all times when there's a stranger in town just trying to navigate his way around the streets, you know. Hello. I mean... It's a shame those don't add up properly. I still haven't... I've never actually worked out how it works. If I give him 6 worth and only take 4 worth of things back from him, I think I just lose the extra 2, I think. I'm not going to get 2/3 of a pocket watch back, am I? Let's be real. So I think it's best to make sure I'm actually getting my money's worth with any of these trades. I'll double check this shop, but I'm 99% sure I've been in it. Okay, alpha tablets. We just bought a bunch of them. Yeah, fuck it. I don't want those. I don't want those. Did I buy up all your food? All your food that's relevant, yeah. That's a shame. Okay, so what were the other shops further north of here then? There's one there. Pretty certain that's a first aid shop. I might be wrong. And then there's one there. The one that I've just said with confidence is a first aid shop. A medicine shop is 100% going to be the food shop now. 100%. Yeah, this one's a first aid shop. I mean, I should probably buy up stock from them as well, right? It's just good common sense. The commonest and the goodest of sense. Thank you. A pleasure. I am gonna be so healed at so many instances of this game. I'm going to be so permanently healed. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna be so jealous of how good my health is. Like, I've already got enough Meridorm, because the game only goes for 12 days, right? So I've already got enough Meridorm that I can chug a bottle every time I go to sleep. That's beautiful. Assuming I only sleep once a day, you do often sleep more than that in this game, but you know what I mean. Hello. I don't know why I'm so voraciously so intent on trading with one of them, looking for a schmauder when there's I literally couldn't afford one if they had one. It's literally just a recipe for making myself sad. Because I'll find one and I'll be like, well, this is a rare find. I can't buy it. Oh well, on with my life, I suppose. Yo. I got water, you got bandages. They charge the same for a bandage as they do for a tourniquet, which is silly, because bandages, I'm pretty certain, heal a fair chunk more. Oh well. Hey, now we're talking. I'll have that, and that, and that, and that. it's quite expensive. I mean, by the standards of the prices I'm paying for everything else, the fresh meat. Fresh meat is good enough. You know, there's no reason not to have it if I was hungry, but I want to... Just because I've got a lot of money doesn't mean I shouldn't be using it wisely, you know? I shouldn't be min-maxing my spending. Disappointed with how few needles I've found. Really thought I'd find more needles. Hello. Goodbye. I think I've looted these bins. No, I haven't. Cool. It's just water everywhere. I don't know if the you get a better chance of finding more useful things in bins as the game progresses. I couldn't say. I couldn't possibly comment. I'm not talking to you. I've decided. I'm not bartering with the small children anymore. Not until I have enough to buy a schmauder. This lad, however... Yep. Yep. Beautiful. I am well stocked now. Well stocked. For the longest time. All this shit I bought will last me like 3 days, I'm telling you now. It will not last to the end of the game by any stretch, but... It's a good start. It's definitely a good start. Oh. Oh, it's a fresh fish, never mind. Not interested in the fresh stuff. I want my food smoked and dried and prepared for long-term storage. I so desperately need to cough right now. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best not to hack up a big globule of phlegm into the microphone. It's such a challenge. Don't know what's going on with me. I swear I've been sick for so long. I have been so permanent, like not like seriously, but I've had like the lingering effects of a cold since like the end of January. And it's now like, what? Well, nearly April. April tomorrow. April Fool's Day tomorrow. Gonna have to come up with an epic jape. I definitely won't. I definitely won't put that much effort into my YouTube channel. I'll tell you right now. I'll be like, oh yeah, it'd be really cool to do some sort of April Fool's prank for the 1st of April, and then I just won't. Then I'll just play some Parasite Eve. But is not the truest joke of them all the absence of a joke when everyone is expecting one? Is that not the next level, the deeper tier, the absolute like misdirection of a joke? I don't think anyone will see it coming, even though right now I'm mentioning that that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. That tomorrow I'm just going to do a Parasite Eve video and not do anything for April Fool's Day. Even though I've said that, it's possible I'm just misleading you, right? And that I will do something for April Fool's Day. But I actually won't, and that's where the true, like the triple mislead comes in, you know? It's a mislead of a mislead of a mislead. I have genuine questions. I have so much admiration, honestly. I didn't for a long time before I realised how difficult this shit can be, but I have a lot of admiration for any of these like professional streamers who do this shit like 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, just chat shit into a microphone. Because like I am like socially exhausted, despite the fact all I'm doing is talking to my own computer monitor. Realistically, I mean, yeah, okay, you guys are hearing it, but you know, from a realistic standpoint, right now, all I'm doing is talking to myself, right? Despite that, I get so fucking socially drained from chatting shit for like the 45 minutes that I do a video for, right? I'm already, I mean, I'm 20 minutes in and I'm coming out with just absolute garbage about April Fool's Day, you know? So anyone who can like keep this up, and make it entertaining for like an extended period of time every day gets so much respect from me. It really is. It really is a talent. It really is. You think, oh yeah, anyone can stream, anyone can become rich and famous just going on Twitch and playing Minecraft or whatever, but like there's more to it than that, right? You do have to be. I mean, you know, it might come effortless to some people. I'm not saying that they necessarily have to work hard for it, but it's still an innate skill either way, right? And you know, obviously there are people who do go above and beyond as well and don't quote unquote just do that, you know. I mean, I've never been a big Twitch guy. I've tuned in for a couple of things every now and again. I used to watch Critical Role, the D&D live stream. Used to watch that live. Oh, well, not live because it was on at like 4 o'clock in the morning over here, but you know, watch the VOD or whatever every week. But I've never really been a big Twitch guy. I'm not a massive YouTube guy either, really. I feel like I'm just a bit old in general for new media. You know, unless I got in at the door and was making it myself when I was 21, which I very much wasn't. Yeah, I do feel like I have missed the boat on all that, and I don't really keep up with it much. So I'm not going to pretend to be like an expert on this. Whoa! What's going on here? This man's trying to murder a woman. You're not a knife boy, that's not what you're meant to do. I mean, I would take an opportunity for some free loot and reputation, happily. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting this. This must be what, was it Bad Grief was talking about these guys? Oh. Oh, that did hit my reputation, did it? Only a little bit. I guess maybe I'm just meant to leave them to beat women. Because stabbing them is bad. I mean, it is an escalation, I'll grant you. It is something of an escalation to go from he's trying and failing miserably to punch a woman. Maybe I should murder him. I feel like there may be some steps of de-escalation between those two that we could perhaps look into. But yeah, I still wasn't expecting that to hit my reputation. That was rude. What the fuck was I talking about before I got so rudely distracted by that man and his brutal misogyny? Look, what was I talking about? I've lost it now. I completely lost the thread. I was talking about Twitch, wasn't I? Yeah, as I say, I don't watch a lot of Twitch, but I am aware. I do sort of keep up with the goings on in the general internet space. I'm a bit of a Twitter addict, so I hear a lot about what goes on through there. Holy fuck. I mean, I'm not going to help you because it's going to destroy my reputation, but look at this! What is this? What is this posse setting out to do? I can't help you, love. I'm sorry. I need to keep my reputation up so that I can eat meat in future, so that I can buy things from shops. But that was truly heinous. Oh well. I'll take her stuff. They apparently don't want it. I'm sorry, guys. Was she standing on the other side of a knee-high wall and taunting you lot as well? Was this your vengeance? She's running as well. There's someone after her. Doesn't look like it. Probably just spooked from the fact that a woman was just murdered in broad daylight. Might be something to do with it. Guess I'll get some sleep. What time are we on? 5 o'clock. So if I sleep for these 6 hours, that it's predestined for me. That will put it firmly into night time, and I can see if there are any knife men in the street that I can murder to get my reputation up and possibly get some useful loot. How's that for a plan? The old hunger is creeping up. Immunity's fucking tanking. What the hell? I don't remember immunity being this much of a chore to deal with. Get that back up again. I guess I need to eat now. Just have a couple loaves of bread. See how quickly I'm munching through all these supplies I bought? They sure as fuck don't last forever, do they? Shall we save? We'll save in a different slot. After all I was saying earlier about the new confident Joe.
I had a feeling you would come.
I don't need her to tell me where Oglimski's son lives. I've been there. I've done his quest. It's no longer relevant to me. So what are we doing at night time then? You good? No one trying to murder you right now? No? Okay. I don't know how soon all the bins get restocked. I don't know if it's a daily thing or what. I like to pretend I'm like a font of knowledge about this game now, but I'm really not. I'm still pretty clueless. I'm just capable of playing it now, which is definitely more so than I was when I first went into it. Fucking 40 odd hours ago. It's nuts how much time I put into this game and still don't really grasp much of anything. Like, the mechanics are still vague at best in my head. The story is even vaguer. But ooh. The younger Oglimski exhibits a genuine traditional kind of filial? Don't know that word. Piety. Or is he pursuing some projects of his own? One way or another, he's determined to get rid of the beast like Troublemaker. I wonder what the creature whose death has no legal consequences look like. I must find out if the killer is hiding in the dark. So I did that. I did that. This isn't what I. It was a letter. It was a letter. It wasn't a quest update. Oh, see what I mean about still not knowing the mechanics? Okay, a letter from a colleague in Thanatica. Daniel, I'm writing this in a hurry, so do forgive the uncustomary brevity. Call this brevity? Call this brevity. I'm going to be reading this for the next 10 minutes. The powers that be are closing in on us. They persecuted us as before, as you know, but now they are set to utterly exterminate us. We may yet be able to persevere, but you, my friend, are in grave danger. It's almost as if your destination was chosen to be the place of your burial. They say there is some kind of disease in the town, of a most lethal variety, perhaps the plague itself. I have little doubt that the powers that be have set up your whole journey. Tellman, that vermin, wants to get rid of you before... Wait, that's not what he says. Tellman, that vermin, wants to get rid of you more than he wants to cease the outbreak. I wouldn't be surprised if it transpires that there are no medical personnel whatsoever in the town. They will use it as a pretext to delegate the whole mess of it to you. If this is the case, I urge you to keep out of trouble. Stay safe, Daniel. Wait for the sanitary teams. They will arrive sooner or later. Take care, my friend. If they tell you to engage the plague by yourself, refuse it, even if your principals enjoin you to do otherwise. Our research is what matters the most, and we will not be able to go on with it if you are dead. How foreboding. How ominous. Isn't it ominous, shocked-looking woman? I don't really want to hear what you have to say, to be honest. I don't care about women's opinions. It's a joke. It's a joke. I play the misogyny for laughs. It's fine. Normalization of sexism is perfectly fine. Don't make a big deal about it. There's the cough. It got me in the end. I knew I was never going to escape that forever. It's been lingering on the edge of my throat for so long. I feel like it's opened the floodgates as well. There's another one. There's another one brewing. I'm not free of it just because I did a singular cough. Ugh. I need to just fucking get new lungs or something. Maybe I've got long COVID. If I've got long COVID, will that be an excuse to just, like, not work ever again? Can I just sit and play video games forever instead? That'll be pretty cool. I quite like playing video games. Quite a fan of video games. You might have noticed. I've got a, at this point, quite long-running YouTube channel where I play a video game, you know, once every other day, usually, thereabouts. And that's aside from all the video games I play in my spare time as well. So I think it's pretty well established that I'm quite the video game fan. I'm quite partial to a game of the video variety. I like non-video games as well. You know, I like board games. I like role-playing games. I like all that sort of shit. But they're harder and harder to like actually play these days. You know, once you're like a professional adult with professional responsibilities, trying to sync time up with your mates to actually play shit in person is like the biggest chore in the world. It really is. Do I just spend the rest of my money on tourniquets? Do I just buy 7 tourniquets? Is that what? I shouldn't laugh. Look what laughing does to me. Look what merriment does for me. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. All it does is make me suffer. I should give up on being happy. If I sit here with a dour expression and just suffer my way through Pathologic as God intended, then I won't be coughing anymore. And everything will work out just fine. What is this building? Did I ever work out what this building was? I'm not convinced I ever did. It's not the pub, is it? It's not even marked on the map. I don't think it's anything. I think it's just a fucking red herring of a building. I really don't remember ever going in there. I might have done.
We placed our trust in them.
The fuck?
And yet they came unprepared. Shabnak, the hair-eater, the bone spirit, crawled by them, touched them, and turned their blood into poisonous tar. Having devoured their body, she found her way into the steppes' depth and inner waters. And plague has devoured this land.
Alright. You know I'm not at the theatre, right? What? What? Did I die? Did I just die just now? If so, how did I just die just now? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? My health's fine. What killed me? What actually just killed me? I'm so confused. Just when I thought I had finally got a grip on how this game works, just when I was only recently gloating about my incredible knowledge vis-a-vis the mechanics of this video game, suddenly, spontaneous death from nowhere comes and gets me. I feel like it happened at exactly midnight, right? Is that fair to say? Keep forgetting the buttons, holy shit. Like it's half 11 now. It's probably about half an hour in game time. Do I have to do something to prevent myself from... Oh. There was a prophecy, wasn't there? There was a prophecy. Find out who killed the boss man, Sammy boy, by the end of the day, or you'll die too. I didn't realise it would happen quite so abruptly, to be honest with you. Can we salvage this? Can we salvage this, or has, like, today's entire session been for naught? Have I just wasted an entire session? I'd like to point out, by the way, that when I died, I got an achievement that said this is not your fault, and I got an achievement at the end of my previous campaign for dying on the final day called "This is actually your fault" or something along those lines, and I wondered what the fuck that meant. But now I've got the one at the other end of the spectrum, which is very cool. What the fuck? What the fuck do I do, man? Do I just like need to return to the Canes and be like, yeah, it's probably the butcher. Probably that butcher that I murdered. I wondered why there was still so much shit marked on my map. Hey yo.
Perhaps old Gimski is setting.
Okay, not you. I had to kill the butcher. Vlad the Younger will appreciate this turn of events. I mean, I handed the quest in. I've spent the money from the quest.
I have a heartache.
And one more thing, I'd like to examine your brother's body. We have sent for Isidore Barak's most accomplished apprentice. His name is Stanislav Rubin. Quite a resolute and talented man, this Rubin is. I have great expectations of him. He will bring everything you need to you, and you will examine the body together. Alright, let me know where this Rubin arrives. I would expect him to join you by the evening, no earlier than 11 o'clock, I would say. Why so late? I personally need him to come no later than midnight. Don't let it worry you. It seems like you're in not too much of a hurry to ascertain the details of your brother's death. On several occasions, excessive haste has led to undesirable consequences. The phenomenon that Isidore has invited you here to study is in the blood. The physiological trait of our family shows itself from time to time. That's quite intriguing. The examination of the body will not help you in any way. The puzzle has to be solved within your mind. I am not able to, or even allowed to tell you more than that. Believe me, I am not trying to conceal any evidence from you. The body is kept in the ice house. It is intact, but focus may not be breached. I will wait for the required period of time to pass. He seems to be saying that I need to solve this without seeing the body, though. The body's something for tomorrow, right?
Who is she?
How many doctors are there in your town? If we exclude Isidore Barak, Stanislav Rubin is the only doctor here. He's the most competent of Isidore's apprentices. The rest are good for nothing, as far as I can tell. They're only capable of distorting the knowledge their teacher is trying to pass on to them. Do you trust this Rubin? I would trust Rubin with my life, a competent medic of remarkable courage and laudable integrity. Everything he does is done with appropriate diligence and care. He doesn't like people that much, but he's eager to serve them. Why do you ask? I just wonder what kind of man he is. How do I get to know him? Rubin will come here tonight to get down to examining my brother. You will get acquainted then. Alright. Is he marked on the map? Yeah, I feel like this isn't the correct course of action. The plot thickens. I don't know if this is salvageable. I don't know if I'm going to have to reload from my previous save and just do this entire session over again, to be honest, because I've only left myself with 45 minutes of in-game time in order to solve all of this. Did we ever get access to Isidore's house? I mean, that was why we went to see Alexei, right? And then he just chatted some shit at me and sent me to see the Yulia up here. The Yulia. I've gone the wrong way again. How did I end up at the old Gimskis as well? Was that Yulia who Yulia sent me to the old Gimskis? Sent me to Vlad the Elder, who sent me to Vlad the Younger, and then I did the quest for Vlad the Younger, and then I thought, that's all I can do today, right? I followed the chain to its natural conclusion. It would appear not so, though. It would seem that is not quite the case as previously expected. I guess we can return to Vlad. We can go back one step in the chain, right? Go speak to Big Vlad. To Large Vladdy. Now that we've had some dealings with his son. Am I on the right street here? No, I'm not. I'm far too far north. I always get this building, the town hall, confused with Vlad's house. Every time, without fail. Never remember, you know, which street has the town hall and which one has Vlad's house on it. This street, I think? Close enough. It's not right, but it's nearly almost sort of slightly right. Which is the best you can really expect from me on a Friday evening, to be honest with you. I've had a long week of work, you know. You can't expect this amount of right when I haven't had a decent weekend to give me some R&R.
We placed our trust.
Okay, I can't get anywhere with that. I guess next time then we will redo this entire session from scratch. Fuck, man, I can't believe we're already at this point where we're having to discard entire episodes worth of progress because whoops, we did the wrong thing again. But honestly, that's just Pathologic in a nutshell. You sort of get used to that as you play. So yeah, let's fucking travel back in time and looper this shit next time. I'll see you.